There are two ways to get a basting stitch on the Bernina 560. So the first one is just to use a straight stitch and lengthen that stitch as long as it will go, which will be 5 millimeters long, which is nice and easy. Goes really fast and is a perfect stitch. But if you take this one step further, touch the I for information, and make your tension looser. So as you can kind of see by the picture, the top thread is going to be pulled to the back side. And as we stitch, so let's just go ahead, we'll stitch with this stitch now. Because the idea of a basting stitch is that you actually take it out. So when you have stitches that are a lot looser, you can just pull along this bottom edge. So what I'm going to do is snip about where I change that tension, and watch how easy this is to pull out. So I'm going to just pull on that bobbin thread, and then it just releases those stitches super easy. Now it's not that you can't do it here, but see how when the tensions are balanced, those stitches are held, and they're easier to take out because you can see them, but I'm all about giving them a little snip and then actually being able to pull them out. Okay, so that's one way to do a basting stitch. So here, see, I told you I was going to pull this out and just kind of restart. There we go. It took a little extra, but it does come out. Longer stitches are always easier. So I'm going to push clear, put the tension back to normal. Let's go to stitch number 30. Stitch number 30, you're going to notice it just looks like a dot. There's a lock. That means there's not much that you can do side to side for the width. That's the lock here. Now the stitch is, let's go ahead and I'll show you what we're going to do. So what it's going to do is just take one stitch and then stop. So what the idea is that you lift the presser foot, you move it, and it takes one stitch. So you can make these stitches as long as you want. And this is a great way to, like, say, baste a quilt together. So instead of running hand stitches, you're really just pulling, taking one stitch. And as I step on the foot control, it's only doing one stitch, meaning it kind of, well, that's all it does, even if I keep my foot held onto it. And honestly, stitch length doesn't matter at all with this particular concept. So what we have here is just super easy stitches that would be easily removed. As you can see, they would pull right out because they're just tacked in the areas you want them to be. So lift the presser foot. This would be a great place to use your presser foot lifter and be able to easily keep two hands on your project, pull it through, take a stitch, pull it through, take a stitch. So we'll link over to the freehand system option for lifting and lowering your presser foot. If you look right up here, you can click on that link now.